Alright guys, we're getting ready to head out of town next week to go to Mississippi and turkey hunt. But first things first, we got to make sure our gun's on for the year. The gun we're rolling with for this year, I got last year. It's a Winchester SX4 20 gauge. Last year I shot it and I shot rogue shells through it, and it really liked them, shot really well. But this year I have picked up a box of Rocky Ridge custom ammunition. Decided we'd give this guy a try because he's only about 35 miles down the road from our house here in Arkansas. So gotta support your local guys when you can. So we're gonna try this out this year and see if it's rocking the way that it should be. Hopefully it is. I think this gun's gonna be pretty close to on. We're gonna test fire a couple rounds with dove loads of this white target here before we ruin our good turkey targets. But we're gonna see what this stuff does. Hopefully we can get a pretty good pattern to show you guys out of this stuff. Really like what I've seen out of this so far, and hoping that it does well in my gun as well. So with that being said, we're going to send some rounds downrange. Alright, we don't have anything fancy going on here, just a truck bed and a couple hoodies and a towel to shoot off of. But first things first, we're going to send a couple of these little low breast shells downrange. Shot this gun the other day and my sights were just a touch low, so I'm going to raise those up just a touch and see if we can't get this on just a little bit better plane of shooting here. Raise her up just a touch, just to maybe move this a couple inches here at this close of a range. We're not very far, maybe 8 yards from our target, so hopefully we can see exactly what we're working with here and get ready for a little bit stiffer rounds. So with that being said, we're going to send one downrange and see what this does. Alright, one downrange. That's actually looking pretty good over there where it's at. Could be off just a touch to the left, but it's about a ½ inch low at 8 yards, so that's about where we want to be. I'm gonna go ahead and sling another one down just to double check and make sure, but I think that ought to be about right. Now that shell said something completely different. Let's go see. Alright, so actually I think my wad just did some lying to me here. This was our first side. You can see it's just perfectly, about a ½ inch low and just a little bit to the left. I moved it just a tick up and put it about center mass, and I think my wad just flew off and hit over here, but the pattern is perfect right here. Just dead perfect. So we're going to back it up to about 35 yards and see what. First we're going to send a Longbeard XR down range number 6 and see what it does, just to show you guys the difference in that and a TSS round. And then we're going to try off one of these Rocky Ridge rounds and see what it'll do at 35 yards. Think that's on there good enough? First thing we're going to do is shoot a Longbeard XR number 6. Number 1, just to make sure our sights are kind of on before we start wasting TSS. And number 2, I really just want to see what these number 6 Longbeards will do at 35. So, alright, so we're set up. We got a target down there at 35 yards. And we're going to see what this Longbeard XR number 6 right here. Let me find it. Where'd it roll to? There it is. We're going to see what this Longbeard XR number 6 will do at 35 yards. Now, I feel like it's important. I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but I am shooting a Primo's tight wad choke out of this gun. And this gun last year patterned pretty good with it, so We'll see what it does this year. This is at 35 yards, and we're going to see what it does at 30 with this number 6. Alright, now I'm walking down here to look at this. At 35 yards, that's looking pretty good. May have got my sights just a touch high. Matter of fact, I can look at it and tell that I did. So I'm going to bump those down just a little bit before I shoot my TSS. And we'll see what that does. But I mean, that right there looks pretty good at 35 yards with lead shot. Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off and lay it off to the side. That way we kind of can compare them here in just a second. But now I'm going to put up a new piece of cardboard. Just that way it tells the full story of the pattern. I know with TSS, especially at longer ranges, you kind of, you get a 2x2 pattern sometimes instead of a 10-inch pattern. I know all that really matters is what'll be in the, the vicinity of it, but I just want to get a true reading of what's going on here. Now, what I would like to see out of this, and what I'm hoping is, it'll just cover this entire target at 35 yards, and if it'll do that, that's all I ask for it to do. That way, if that turkey's walking along and he jerks one way or the other, I've still got a good shot of hitting him if he moves 4 or 5 inches one way or the other. I don't want just a ball at 35 or 40 yards. I want a nice even spray down here. So we'll see what this Rocky Ridge is going to do. Alright, so now we're ready. What we're going to do is we're going to shoot one of these Rocky Ridge number 9s, 2-ounce shot. We're down here at 35 yards. We're going to see what this will do. Like I said, I'm really kind of excited to see what these right here will do. It's a good looking shell. My buddy down at Berta that made these put together a really good looking shell. Nice. We're gonna see what these do. All right, Rocky Ridge number 9s. See where they fall. Boy. Alright guys, let's take a look at this. Grab this Longbeard XR off here. Alright, so there's your Longbeard XR there. Pretty good, pretty solid. And here's your Rocky Ridge. That could have been me to the right just a touch. But man, I mean, that's even if I'm to the right just a touch, that's pretty nice and evenly spread. I mean, there's pellets all the way down into here. There's a bunch of pellets up here. I could move it back to the right, to the left just a touch, and I think I will. But I don't think that's anything worth even sending another shell down range, because you got plenty of coverage down here. And I mean, putting that blob right there on him would be, I mean, that's about ideal right there. So that's a Rocky Ridge number 9 TSS. So I think that'll do for this year. I think that's what I'm going to roll with. Next week we're headed to the SIP. Hopefully we can get a turkey in front of us and let one of these dudes go to rocking and see what they do. Hey guys, we really appreciate y'all taking the time to watch this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to like this video as well as subscribe to our channel. That really helps us out. As always, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Pinnacle Hunting. And with that said, guys, we hope y'all have a safe and productive 2025 spring turkey season. And remember, we're Pinnacle Hunting, the height of your passion.